I can't do it. I don't feel like it. I just don't have the motivation to get things done. What if I told you that you don't need to? Would you believe me? In this video, I'm going to be talking about why you don't need motivation to be successful. What is motivation? The definition of motivation, according to Merriam-Webster, is the reason or reasons one has for acting or behaving in a particular way. The general desire or willingness of someone to do something. I don't think motivation is a bad thing. I think you need motivation partially. I feel like motivation is the thing that helps us do the things that we could have never imagined doing. Like moving to another state, getting that dream job we've always wanted, passing that exam, losing weight. I feel like motivation can be very beneficial when it's used correctly. Now, although I feel like motivation can be extremely beneficial, I feel like motivation becomes harmful when we make it the sole purpose in whether or not we achieve our goals. Mainly because I always hear people say that they can't do something because they lack the motivation to do so. And I feel like the main reason that is because a lot of people think that you need motivation to be successful. Motivation is ever fleeting. It's not something that's consistent. I wake up most days unmotivated. Does that stop me from doing things? No. Motivation is an emotion. It's impossible to feel motivated all the time. So if it's impossible to feel motivated all the time, why do we place such a high level of importance in being motivated? Why do we think we need motivation? I believe people think that we need, or let me not say people, because I'm a person. I think that we believe that we need motivation because, honestly, I think it's a cop-out. I think that it's something that we tell ourselves because it sounds a lot better than saying that I don't want to do something. Like, it's a lot easier to say, I can't do this thing because I lack the motivation, rather than me saying that I really don't want to do it. Because we don't want to take accountability for the position that we're in. You see, it's a lot easier to say I lack the motivation rather than saying like, hey, I don't want to do this thing. Or I don't believe that I could do this thing. We place it on something as arbitrary as lacking motivation because it sounds a lot better. And believe it or not, it's a lot easier to say I lack motivation rather than saying that I'm the reason why I'm in the position that I'm in. It's an extremely tough pill to swallow because then we would have to admit that the reason why we aren't achieving the things that we value most in life is because of the person that we see in the mirror every single day, ourselves. Because it's like, why wouldn't you want to give yourself everything that this world has to offer? Do you not think that you deserve nice things? And if that's the case, then why do we let ourselves down by saying things like, oh, I can't do this thing because I lack the motivation to do X, when that's the only thing that's stopping us from achieving our wildest dreams?
It's because it isn't.
What do you actually need to be successful? Me personally, I think the only thing that you need to be successful is discipline. I genuinely believe that. Now let me explain why. Earlier in this video, I talked about motivation being emotion-based. Discipline is not. Discipline doesn't care about how you feel. You could have an extremely shitty day and still remain disciplined and still achieve your goals. When we say that we lack motivation, what we're really saying is that I don't feel like doing this thing. We don't believe that we could do said thing, so we just place it on motivation. For instance, people look at going to the gym every day as this larger than life task, this thing that is extremely difficult. They'll say things like, oh,
I'm tired. I worked all day.
Nobody's asking you to work out for 4 or 5 hours. We're just asking for 30 minutes, an hour. Hell, 20 minutes at that. And I'm using something like working out because I feel like that's something that we can all relate to, because it doesn't matter what it is that you do in life, exercise is vital for every single human being. And something that's so simple as, hey, just go to the gym. Now I don't feel like it. Now it leaves too much room for not going or going. That's what motivation is. I feel like motivation is something that is used as, it's almost like putting the veil over your eyes over what the real reason is as to why we don't do anything. So we just say, oh, I lack the motivation. But you're not lacking motivation, you're lacking discipline. Because I feel as though if you remain disciplined, if I told myself, hey, I'm gonna do this every single day, regardless of how I felt, you're gonna get a lot further in life just doing that. Now, how do we maintain motivation? Now, how do we maintain discipline? I got mixed up. How do we maintain discipline? Now, a lot of people ask me, I'm going back to working out. Hell, let's do music, or because that's what I do. I make music, I make content, I do, let's just say content. So people ask me, how do I maintain the motivation to do content? The truth is I don't. I can almost guarantee you maybe 70% of the time I don't want to do the shit that I want to do because I'm a human. I'm human just like you, whereas like I get off from work from my 9 to 5. I'm like, bro, I don't want to do this. I don't feel like setting up the camera, putting on the tripod, turning on the light, turning on the microphone, putting my headphones on, pressing record, then editing the video. Like these are all things I don't necessarily want to do today at least. But there's other days where I'm like, damn, I'm fired up and I want to get something done. That's where discipline comes into play. Because when it comes to me and my goals, I treat it like appointments. What do I mean by that? Do we ask ourselves whether or not we want to go to work today? No, we simply go. If we have a dentist or a doctor's appointment, do we ask ourselves, do I feel like going to this doctor's or dentist appointment? No, we go anyways. If our dog was sick and he had to go to the hospital or she had to go to the vet to figure out what was wrong with your dog, do you question whether or not you feel like going to the vet? No, you simply go. Where am I going with this? That same sense of urgency that you have for those things that are non-negotiable in your life, that's the same way you have to treat your goals when it comes to being successful in any sort of capacity. When it comes to the gym, I don't ask myself, hey Trent, do I feel like going to the gym? I'm lying. I do. But I still go. I don't really give it much thought because I know that there's never been a time where I went to the gym and I regretted it afterwards. I'm just like, damn, I got through it. I don't ask myself, do I feel like recording a video? Sometimes I do, but a lot of times I tell myself, this is the appointment that I set for myself. I'm putting on the video, pressing record, and what I get out of it is what I get out of it. I don't care because that's how you achieve your goals. You have said goal. You figure out what it is that you have to do on a daily basis to achieve said goal. As long as you're doing the things that you have to do to get to that goal, you will achieve it. And it's that simple. We like to overcomplicate things to think that we have to have the motivation to do things. You don't. You simply just need discipline. So the next time you find yourself in a predicament where you find yourself asking, do I feel like doing something? When it comes to your goals, treat it just like a doctor's appointment. Treat it just like going to work. You don't get to that. Those are non-negotiable questions now. And I feel like that's something that's extremely powerful that a lot of people don't understand. But once you do, the world is your oyster. So in closing, discipline is the number one thing you need to be successful. I remember this quote that a young entrepreneur asked Elon Musk, and he said something along the lines of, Elon, what advice would you give to a young entrepreneur to help them stay motivated? And Elon simply said, if you need help staying motivated to be an entrepreneur, then don't be an entrepreneur. That's one of my favorite quotes ever because when you look at the most successful people in the world, yes, there is some motivation there, but realistically, it's discipline. It's waking up on the days that you don't feel like doing anything and doing that thing to get one step closer to that goal. Because if we sit around waiting for motivation every single day, we won't get shit done. Like if I sat around saying like, oh, I'm just gonna wait for an idea to come for me to make a video, I'll be making like 1 video a month, 2 videos a every 6 months or something like that. Instead, I tell myself, I'm shooting a video today. Whatever comes with it, whatever comes out of it, that's what comes out of it. And honestly, the thing that people don't realize with discipline is that discipline makes up for those days that you aren't motivated. And in turn, the motivation just naturally comes back because now you start to get into this flow state where you're just like, damn, this is what I was looking for. Take this video, for instance. I was this close to not shooting this video because I was leaving it up to chance. I was like, I don't feel like it. I lacked the motivation. But no, I said, you know what? I told myself that I'm going to record the video and I did that. And now I can go to bed with a smile on my face because I know I made it one step closer to my goal. And that's what I want you all to take away from this video. So in conclusion, discipline, doing things whether you feel like it or not, will get you a lot closer than waiting around for motivation. And that's it, man. I like that topic. That was a good topic because I feel like that's something that I embody every day of my life. I've always been very disciplined, determined, and I don't wait around for motivation. And if it's one thing that I can help you or the people that watch my videos better understand is that the thing separating you from your goals is how disciplined you are when it comes to doing the things on a daily basis to get closer to those goals. Okay, so this your boy Trent Bishop with another one. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when I come with another video. This was a fun one. I like this. So until next time, catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.